Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to Always Room for Improvement, RV Games, one of the best places for Magic the Gathering Dino content. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely do so. Take a bite out of that like button. We're diving right into things tonight. Hopefully everyone's having a good midweek, watching right now, later on, whenever it is. Oh, I'm excited for this list. Lots of clear things that should help us out against the common stuff that we're facing in Explorer here. My goodness, it's been a little bit rough enchantment wise. Karuga, Fires of Invention, Yorion, Fires of Invention, whatever you want to call it, playing stuff for free, multiple things in a turn, and then using that leftover mana from the lands for abilities on specific creatures is backbreaking, to say the least. Still, maintaining destruction of enchantments. Thrashing Bash, Thrilling Thrashing Bash, the namesake inspiration for tonight. Thrashing Brontodon, boom. A fantastic body if we need it in a pinch to destroy an artifact or enchantment. Pretty cheap. But the worst case scenario, you always got to look at the worst case scenario of everything. Thrashing Brontodon is a 3/4, oftentimes for 2 green because of the cost reduction of Marauding Raptor and Otepec Huntmaster right there. And I think that's a pretty fantastic worst case scenario. Decent power, it's going to help us get to Ghalta a little bit sooner. And as long as we have 1 mana up pretty much at all times, Thrashing Brontodon has probably hexproof from all targeted removal. We can respond to any of it by simply sacrificing this guy. Lovely stuff right there. Nobody is going to waste removal on this if we have a really good target for an artifact or enchantment. You can do his ability at instant speed, so it's pretty nice. Usually, we catch the opponent off once. They never make that mistake again. Oh, it is lovely stuff. Otherwise, everything's somewhat the same. Mono green though, mono green ramp, mono green devotion, mono green storm the festival, burning hands. Oh, I think I'm seeing mono green as much as Fires of Invention, Karuga, enchantments equally, but maybe more. This might be my most common deck at the moment. So burning hands for 1 and a red, instant speed, 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker that is green. 2 damage to something else if it's not that color, but still, in a pinch, burning hands might be nice, even though it's not very good if it's not green. Still could help us out. Anger of the Gods still in there for all that aggressive stuff. 3 damage, lovely, lovely, does the trick, gets the job done. Barrier Breach, well, we've got 4 Thrashing Brontodons for artifacts and enchantments. Then also for enchantments, this. I say for myself at least, it's got to be mono green and Karuga. The 2 things. Maybe I've talked about them too much starting off right now and we won't face them at all. My goodness, I would shed tears. But no, it's in there. We're going to have a good chance against those decks. And then, oh, this very interesting, absolutely fantastic potential of a card. We don't have to worry about counter spells anymore with Rhythm of the Wild. And I think Rhythm of the Wild would be a good switch up. If we end up facing some deck where Huntmaster doesn't make a whole lot of sense, Mono Red Burn, Rakdos, things that can kill this guy very easily. I feel bringing Rhythm of the Wild in, taking Huntmaster out, makes a decent bit of sense. Rhythm of the Wild with Riot on creatures, non-token creatures I should say, gives them haste right there. If we have, a second copy down, boom. That second instance of Riot, we can put a 1/1 counter, or if we've got Regisaur Alpha and the Dino naturally has haste from this, we just jam-pack 1/1 counters for as many Rhythm of the Wilds as we have. Oh, it helps big time against control. As long as we can sneak this in. There is also Domri to protect against counter spells. Sometimes we may want to fight, but I still like Domri, even with Rhythm of the Wild here. Packaging super duper counterspell protection is going to be welcome. But again, in a pinch, haste and riot, just back up, help with the aggression plan of everything we want to do. It's going to be good. All right, I say we jump into things, get the job done against enchantments, and watch us face Rakdos mid-range 5 times in a row here. Still wouldn't be too bad. Definitely anger makes me feel very good. We take out Bone Crusher Giant, Graveyard Trespasser, Reflection of Kiki Jiki, all those little creatures. Calatus, Trader of Get, and Shieldred. The 2 things that are out of range of that. For the most part, though, it's pretty good. Ooh, not the greatest to start off with. We're on the draw, so we could certainly risk it. Nice having Thunderherd and Huntmaster. I'm going to mulligan. Ooh, okay, that's better. That's better. Send a Marauding to the bottom. Don't really need 2 of them. They would... Oh, mono-white humans, perhaps? Anger of the Gods. Next game. We'll see if they just dump too much aggression on the board going first, and a deck like this, sometimes there's just no recovering. That's going to be pretty rough. Hopefully they don't have removal. I'll try for as explosive, accelerated as possible with Huntmaster. Possibly could have gone Marauding, but I wouldn't have been blocking Dauntless Bodyguard anyways. I may not have attacked with Luminarch Aspirant also. Yeah, double Luminarch Aspirant is probably going to do it for us here. We will be getting 2 bodies next turn, so we could maybe double block and save somebody. We can see how Anger of the Gods at the moment would have been our ticket. Ghalta actually could happen next turn. You know what? Let's go Thunderherd Migration. We'll reveal Marauding Raptor and then still play it. Thrashing Brontodon with the Marauding Raptor out is going to equal enough to get Ghalta. Now, there's a pretty good chance we won't be at enough to really make it matter. Give it a shot, though. I'll attack with this Marauding. Try and get a little bit of damage. Not going to be blocking anybody anyways. Uh, 10. Oh, that's 12. Yeah. Yep. Luminarch Aspirant puts 2 counters on, probably themselves. All right, we got Anger. That is good. Thrashing Brontodon. Yeah, there's no real artifacts and enchantments, although it is something that survives the 3 damage from Anger of the Gods. Now we still want to go as fast as possible. Trim Domri, Anger of the Gods is going to be fantastic, lovely removal, similar kind of to how Domri is. But a little bit more. 2 Carnage Tyrants. We got tons of bodies. Not a whole lot of targeted interaction, I would say. 1 Domri. Okay. All right. Let's see that Anger in the opening hand. Even if we don't, I won't be angry. That's good enough to keep. That's pretty fantastic. We got Huntmaster and likely Topiary Stomper, power out the Regisaur Alpha on turn 4. And hope that aggression is enough. And hopefully we draw an Anger soon. Maybe it's going to be the first card we draw. Of course, that will possibly change my plans for Huntmaster. I may hold off going this guy just because I have 3 lands. I could go Topiary Stomper on turn 3 anyways, whether or not I play Huntmaster. It's always a little risky having 2 lands, playing Huntmaster, hoping it survives so that we can use the cost reduction and play Topiary for 2. I think there should be a good chance Huntmaster survives. Just a Thalia's Lieutenant. That's pretty good. Now, it could get very big. But luckily, they didn't play anything turn 1. Nothing much turn 2. We even get to attack with Huntmaster because Thalia's Lieutenant is so weak at the moment. Oh, anger. I was thinking, Well, we gotta go anger. I say we gotta do it. We gotta take out Thalia's. We can't let those things get too big, get out of range. That will not be a pretty sight. Even though we lose Huntmaster. Although... yeah. Reveal good old Thrashing Brontodon. Do a little bit of damage with Huntmaster, of course, and then take him out. I did not want to let that first Thalia's get too big. Would not have been a pretty sight. Chances that, well, to kill it, we would have had to double block something. Regisaur Alpha would have been taken out if that was the case. Ooh, brutal Cathar. That's actually not too brutal. Hopefully getting another Anger of the Gods at some point. Take brutal Cathar out and then we get another instance of Topiary's Enter the Battlefield effect. Getting a land, it might be 4 or 5. Oh, we're already at 7. Okay. So we just get another land and be able to use it. Ah, Skyclave Apparition. Oh. They assumed Regisaur Alpha was a mana value of 4. It is not. It's a mana value of 5. Dodging Skyclave. Man, that is lovely stuff. Now, hopefully they don't have another one for Thrashing Brontodon, but we've got some decent interaction. They could go Collected Company. That's going to be a little bit painful. I think they have Collected Company up their sleeve. Well, we'll still swing for the fences. Oh, okay, they don't. All right. Okay, we got them. Good stuff. I'm thinking Dharmi for a little bit more interaction. Now, we'll keep it as is. Hope we see the Queen Ghalta at some point, if we can get her early enough. But sometimes it gets a little bit awkward with the Huntmaster having to die to anger. I think it's still good. Works out a lot of times if we can accelerate, get some big bodies down early or earlier because of Huntmaster, and then perhaps we have to sweep things later on. We're still left with a bunch of good stuff. But it could be more right. Cutting Huntmaster completely, relying on Thunderherd Migration and the 4 Marauding Raptor, which this hand does look pretty good. We would eventually get Regisaur Alpha a turn sooner. Ouch. If we don't see an anger this turn, or, well, if we don't see an anger next turn, that's probably going to do it. I'll go with Thunderherd Migration. Will get us to 4. At least we will be able to go Shifting Ceratops next turn. I was thinking Sheltered Thicket for a moment, but nah. We got to at least start getting some bodies down. Doesn't look like they have anything else for 2, which is nice. Yeah, it's got to be Shifting Ceratops. Hope they don't have the Skyclave apparition. Shifting would be pretty nice to deter aggression, although they likely have all 4 copies of Skyclave. At the very least, we can still get Regisaur next turn. We'll draw out that Skyclave for sure. Or the Brutal Cathar. Yes, don't worry, it is 4. You can Skyclave it. Or fighting, perhaps, but I wouldn't imagine that. Pretty sure there's got to be collected company in the mix. Yeah, if it's these colors, they're playing this card. 100%. 99%, I guess. Oh, well, that will do it. If we get anger next turn, we might have a chance. If we don't, we're definitely dead. We have to get anger next turn. Well, that will do it. Can't win them all. If you go first and we don't see anger, that's going to do it. But still, pretty good start overall. Maybe we won't face any Kruga, Fires of Invention, playing stuff for free decks tonight. Well, it's always different. Every night is a different night. But Thrashing Brontodon, very exciting stuff. Always exciting. I like the looks of that. Whew. Not too many lands, but there are 2 Thunderherds. Excuse me. Yeah, nothing to power out if we get Huntmaster turn 2, so we'll definitely go Thunderherd Migration. If there's something a little bit cheaper, we might go Huntmaster on turn 2, but at the moment, Thunderherd is the play. Definitely nice. 3 things, 3 play sets that cost 2. We've got Thunderherd Migration, which no other deck in Explorer at the moment has access to something this good. A spell for 2 that gets a basic land onto the battlefield. I think it's a fantastic strength of Dinos, and something definitely I should be using more often, taking advantage of this. Absolutely. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, well, it's bound to happen most nights, at least once. Nothing new there. Huntmaster, that was really silly of them, actually. They should not have done that. I can't imagine they didn't have any removal for Huntmaster. Thunderherd Migration is a stable ramp, it's a land. That was a complete goof on their part. Which is lucky for us. Thunderherd Migration. Not a big deal either way. We'll use up all our available mana. Or as much as possible. Topiary Stomper instead. He might draw out some removal, which would be pretty good. And it's a body, increased in power. We wouldn't probably be able to get Ghalta next turn. Of course, we're only at 5. So removal on Topiary Stomper at this moment would not be that bad. It'd be good for us. Seems like they may be stumbling in the land department. Alright, if that's what you want, a Fatal Push. Fine by me. Just hope they don't have a second one in hand for Regisaur Alpha. Someday, any day. Probably a newer player. They're only in gold. They don't realize that something in their hand is holding up priority and they have to click to go to the next phase. They do know what's about to happen. Let's go for it. I was thinking Thunderherd Migration, but we'll see if they have another fatal push for the token here. Eventually, someday. That's alright. You can't fatal push Regisaur Alpha. Hopefully it sticks around a little bit. They see Ghalta. That's been revealed, so they know something big and painful and very nasty could potentially happen next turn, depending if we draw another dino. Shifting Ceratops would almost do it. 5, 4, 2. Not quite, not quite. Oh, Liliana. Well, Liliana of the Veil certainly does the trick. This person is taking forever to play. You'd think it was a control matchup, but they must be new to the deck. Shouldn't really take too long to figure out that, oh, Liliana, 3, they have one creature, make them sacrifice it. It is a body. That is a positive. Yeah, we'll reveal Ghalta. They'll learn about Marauding Raptor, of course, but we get a body. Then if we get another Marauding Raptor next turn, that would lead to Ghalta. Whether or not Marauding survives is another question. You're gonna kill it? Someday? Maybe they're playing on their phone. They could be playing on their phone, leading to the long pauses. Ah, the good old Trespasser. Well, Anger of the Gods definitely should be helpful for us next. Liliana, we gotta take out. Of course, Graveyard Trespasser would block Marauding to save her. Nah. I'm gonna hold off. Marauding would trade with Trespasser. Liliana would -2 to take out Thrashing. Yeah, no, we're not winning this one. Yeah. Can't do anything sometimes. All right, Anger of the Gods. Big time. I'm going to cut Huntmaster. This is a matchup, like I was saying. Bringing Rhythm of the Wild. Switch those two things around. I could see myself cutting Domri. Certainly want to keep Carnage Tyrant. Even though if it's the only creature, we still have to sacrifice this guy to Liliana's ability, which is very, very sad. Thrashing Brontodon, not quite as useful, but again, a body we can use to block something that survives anger. Yeah, let's cut the Domries. 1 Ghalta. All right. Let's see that anger. Ooh. I like the looks of that. We got Topiary Stomper. That's going to be pretty fantastic. Get us to 5 on turn 4 for Regisaur here. And we do have a forest with the Sheltered Thicket. Very lovely stuff. Very important for Rootbound Crag to help it come into play. Untapped. Castle Garenbrig. Actually, I'm going to blow my nose. 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Well, we're not going Topiary Stomper. Thoughtseize does the trick. Man. That's a pretty decent card, I'd say. It's okay, I guess. Could be better, really. If they made us discard 2 cards for 1 black, I would consider playing it. As is, though, needs to be spiced up just a touch. Let's hope Regisaur Alpha survives. We do have anger. That is quite positive. Of course, we almost have to go Anger of the Gods, because Graveyard Trespasser is going to flip. I imagine they could play 2 things next turn. I'm going to cross my fingers. Hope that's the case, but with the Graveyard Glutton being out of range of Anger, not great. Either thinking of playing something or holding off Infernal Grasp or some sort of removal for Regisaur Alpha. Rhythm on the Wild would also be kind of nice. Now that we see Fable, though, I'll probably hold off on the Anger to take out Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Crossing my fingers that maybe they've played 2 spells in a turn. Hopefully we were able to play 2 spells in a turn. Changing it back today, getting it back to the Graveyard Trespasser, something with 3 toughness, and then sweeping them. But certainly Reflection needs to go when that flips. If I see another Anger of the Gods next turn, I'll probably just use it. Basically unconditional removal. Hurts. Okay, good. They played 2 things. Want to make a sacrifice a token. That's we got it. All right. Smoke them. Gotta happen. Gotta happen. Likely they would have played a spell this turn, but I did not want to take even more damage. I couldn't go so low from taking damage again, just to take out Reflection plus the stuff with a single Anger. We got the second one. Like I said, if I get a second one, I'll use it. Now they might, depending if they got another land, they could go Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Certainly we have enough lands at the moment. Hopefully they play another creature. Someday they'll do something. Still pretty good. Pretty good. We'll take that stuff out in fantastic fashion. Don't need to reveal Shifting Ceratops if we don't have to. I guess they'll make us discard Shifting. Should have kept Thunderherd in to give us a chance. And they would have killed it likely with Fatal Push anyways. I think Thrashing Brontodon also would be pretty good in this matchup. Liliana, if Thrashing is our only creature, they'd make us sacrifice it. We can sacrifice Thrashing while that, is on the stack, exactly like I said. We can also trade quite nicely with the Graveyard Trespasser, of course. Just pretty good. Having something as a 3/4 does slow down some of their aggression. Oh, I don't know about that, Adam. I was actually talking about it last night. Boom. Like I was saying, I like this. Hard to say. Hard to say. I think taking out artifacts could be pretty applicable. The other part of Brotherhood's End. But I still think Anger of the Gods and the exiling part of that might be better. I'll definitely try Brotherhood's End. Of course, I'm not really going to open up any packs because I'm saving as much as humanly possible for Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Probably there'll be a lot of artifact stuff. I might just be pushed to get a couple copies of Brotherhood's End because it is so lovely. And taking out artifacts, it would take out treasure tokens, blood tokens. Yeah, well, never mind, we're dead. Graveyard Trespasser. No. Nothing much you can do against that. Hopefully I open up a couple copies of Brotherhood's End. I'll be crossing my fingers. Not really a whole lot other than that I'm looking forward to. Oh, Fade from History, absolutely. I guess it would be between Brotherhood's End and Fade from History. If I had to choose, Fade from History is probably the thing I want. Just cover ourselves, anything artifact or enchantment related ever. We got a fantastic option with that. Very excited to see it. Of course, the opponent getting a 2/2 bear, not a problem. And this hand is definitely not a problem. We got 4 lands, Huntmaster, Thrashing and Topiary, lots of ramp, acceleration, hopefully another big body, but it looks like we're facing our first Yorion, Fires of Invention, something list. Hopefully, I think they have removal for Huntmaster. I see those colors, and I don't like those colors. Blue and black. We may not get much chance to attack. Play it safe. Of course, we can still do some explosive things with Huntmaster due to the cost reduction. The turn you play Huntmaster, it has an effect and helpfulness in acceleration like it is right now. We're at 4. Huntmaster for 2, Topiary for 2. There's the fatal push. Boom. And that's exactly how you do it, folks. You see something that is scary, do the thing that is safe. You can see how lovely Thunderherd Migration was there. The past few days, some days I've used not Thunderherd. So only going Huntmaster would have lost this, would have really been painful for our game plan. Now we could smack him with Lair of the Hydra. I'm going to keep going with the Thunderherd acceleration angle. Might as well reveal Thrashing. I imagine I may want to do something with Lair of the Hydra. See if they have a counter spell for this guy. But we are at 7. That's what needed to happen. There's Leyline Binding. Well, I guess I'll just sacrifice and kill it. Make sure they can't use Enigmatic Incarnation on Leyline Binding. We'll try for a 5/5 Lair of the Hydra, even though I'm a little bit worried about a possible fatal push. I'm going to risk it. We only lose 1 land. We still have plenty. I should have known shenanigans were about. That is not. I shouldn't have done that. We're not winning this one. That's for sure. Brotherhood's End hitting walkers as well. Yes, Isaac. I did forget that part. Barrier Breach, though. That's what's coming in. big time. Otepec Huntmaster, yeah, we're on the play, so. Yeah, especially for the main deck. Taking out Liliana. Kiora, possibly if she's low. Yeah, Brothers, I forgot that. I think I might do it. We'll see. Take out Dharmi, maybe not a whole lot of things to fight. We do got to cut space somewhere. Huntmaster, pretty nice for the acceleration. Actually, I'm going to cut all Huntmasters. Bring Dharmi back in. Something hopefully a little bit more stable. You can't fail to push a Planeswalker. I mean, there's Barrier Breach, but that is one land. Ugh. Good stuff, good stuff. Could have sent Regisaur to the bottom, even though there could be a nice chance we get enough for Regisaur. I want to make it nice and stable. At least we do get Topiary Stomper, one of them, next turn. Hopefully they don't play a Source of Black. That Thoughtseize is rough. Alrighty. Hasty shifting, possibly Carnage Tyrant next turn due to having 5 lands with Castle Garenbrig. Nah, we're going to get to 7, I hope. Cross your fingers they don't have a counter spell. If they do, we're about to find out. Nuts. I should have known. It's one last counterspell, though. We did get them to burn it. Ooh. Can't counterspell that. Oh, you gotta be kidding. It is good. Esper Control, I guess. I really just assumed seeing Yorion that it was something enchantment related. Well, not Esper. Esper. 4-color Yorion good stuff. That's what I'm going to call this list. We'll see if we get a good idea why the green is in there. At least we can play Ghalta, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to play it, hope they don't have a counter spell. Either way, it's going to be rough. 4 damage could have been nice, but I'd rather just take out Wandering Emperor. Memory Deluge. Supremely good. Well, there's the Barrier Breach. Hey, we don't need it. Better than Back to Nature. The verdict is in. Supreme Verdict is pretty nice. We got to keep getting lands. Eventually, we will get something that is not a land. And you know what? That is pretty exciting. Got to look on the positives, even if they're very, very minor. I still love doing this. You really do have to come to terms with moments and scenarios like this where it's just lands after lands. Even when you're not using a crazy high count, of course. Regisaur. Wonder what's going to happen to this guy. Oh. Maybe they don't have a counter spell. Fatal Push, I would imagine. Oh, no. March is good. Again, token, doesn't have a mana value. March of Otherwise, bing bang boom. I guess we'll hold out hope, but if we get another land next turn, now let's stop the pain and suffering of 4-color Yorion good stuff pile. But still very curious what the Spar's headquarters, giving them access to green is for. Lands for days, they certainly have more cards than us, and chances are it's painful. Ouch. Nuts is right. Some nights will be better than others. That is just a fact of life. No way around it. Doesn't matter what you're playing, you may just lose. No hiding when things are live. Of course, I could just record regular episodes, only posting the times that I win. Oh, and Mono Red especially, you would think Mono Red, there'd be tons of winning streaks. Mono Red is the best deck. Red deck wins, as people call it. No. You're okay with times like this? Oh yeah, both ways. I really do think there are some cases, maybe a lot of cases, more than I would hope for, that things are made to look better than they actually are. Of course, no one really is ever going to post a video of a deck and you lose at the end of it. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think it gives a false sense of that deck being maybe better than it is. Oh, quarter tank of gas. That's alright. Dinos are full of gas. Technically, dinos are gas. Well, that's where oil comes from, apparently. Don't quote me on that. Of course, Rakdos Sacrifice. We're going to be playing it safe. We won't go Huntmaster. That's for sure. Let us do it. But like the previous matchup, next turn, because we have 4, we can go Huntmaster for 2, followed by Topiary. Of course, Huntmaster is almost guaranteed to die, but again, we still get that benefit of playing Huntmaster. Now, we could still hold off on Huntmaster, simply go Topiary Stomper. We'd be going it anyways, but would draw something out. A fatal push on Huntmaster is certainly nicer than a fatal push on Shifting Ceratops. Oh yeah, oh gee, I wonder if they have a fatal push. But, like I say, easy enough for this deck to meet the requirement of that card. Fatal push. Let's see it. Not a fatal push. Ooh. Or they have Stomp. Bone Crusher Giant. That could have happened. They only had 1 that turn. 1 man available with the treasure. So I think that might be it. Jund, though. Very interesting. I haven't seen Jund in probably about a week. The Mayhem Devil. Rakdos. Food. Sacrifice. When you see Claim the Firstborn, you definitely expect that they're going to do painful stuff. Sometimes painful, but at least Dinos, they do have a lot of creatures that are above a mana value of 3. So it can be a pretty good headache for this deck. It is a little bit unlucky that we did go second against Rakdos or Jund. Gotta start calling it... Hold on a second. Can we do... Ooh. We're going to take the ping because we may get to do this. We just might. Cross your fingers, cross your claws. Here goes nothing. Boom. I can't click fast enough. Maximum aggression. Oh my is right. I'm surprised they haven't killed Huntmaster yet. Maybe it would have been safe, but of course, it doesn't make nearly as much sense to play Huntmaster on turn 2 into 2 mana up. Even 1 red could be painful, but wow. We're getting a lot of nasty stuff. Eaten alive. Well, for 1 black, they're going to take out Ghalta, which is not right. Oh. That was... Is it oh, it's sorcery speed. Okay, it's sorcery speed. Phew, I thought Eaten Alive was instant speed. Of course, it's... Ghalta's going to die this turn. We still have shifting, which is quite nice. They'll probably attack with the goblin token, make a treasure, and then sacrifice the goblin to Eaten Alive. That's the best play for them. Taking out Ghalta for 1 black, exiling Ghalta, even though we can't recur her. Yeah, that's what you want to do. I would imagine we can still get it done with Regisaur and the token. Topiary plus Shifting Ceratops, depending if we draw another land next turn. Oh, are they able to take out Regisaur Alpha with pings from Mayhem? Interesting. Nuts. That will do it. Yep, they got it. Witch's Oven, sacrifice Blood Tithe, sacrifice the treasure, and sacrifice the blood token. That is dirty. Hasty shifting would still kill them. So, we got him. All is well. They have to sacrifice something with the Witch's Oven. We got him. Especially because of the trample with the token there. Boom. Hasty and trample. That's how you do it. We took the game from them, and luckily we didn't have to show our hand with Anger of the Gods. Now there's probably whatchamacallit, the Jund flying dragon guy from Eldraine. I'm having a brain fart here. You know the thing. Whenever they sacrifice a permanent, he gets a 1/1 counter. Burning Hands would be nice to take him out. I don't think they have enough green stuff. I'm not going to bother with Burning Hands, at least in this matchup. Huntmaster certainly dies easily to so much. And I got claimed the firstborn. Now Thrashing Brontodon for the Witch's Oven could be nice. Stopping the Cat Oven combo. Of course, if we have a good target with Thrashing and 1 mana up, they'll never target it. Hexproof to removal, as long as we got a mana. Possibly. So he's staying in. And it's a body that survives the anger. Domri could be good, but I kind of like Rhythm of the Wild instead. Cut a Marauding. All rhythm, all the time. Definitely they're bringing in even more removal. And maybe prioritizing cheap removal in their mulligans to slow us down. I like the looks of that. I would imagine they don't have much, if any way, to take out Rhythm of the Wild. They got the kitty though. Nobody likes the kitty. Even people that play with the kitty don't like the kitty. Oh, see, the classic fantastic turn 1 cat, turn 1 oven. Our chances for this game may be cooked. Give her a go though. All is not lost, especially if we get that thrashing to stop the oven, make them redeem that lifetime warranty. Hopefully it has a lifetime warranty. They certainly make good use of it. Or at least an extended warranty. It's used every day. Nah, Topiary Stomper, we get to 4 lands. Next turn we'll be at 5 for Regisaur. Rhythm would have been good, but getting to Regisaur next turn I think is better. Two Fables. Oh, almost makes me wish I brought in Barrier Breach, but for the most part it's just Fable of the Mirror Breaker that is an enchantment, and they may not always get multiples. So Barrier Breach only exiling 1 enchantment does feel pretty bad. Gotta get something quick. 2 ovens, even without Mayhem Devil, could certainly do the trick. Anger of the Gods also. If we can get him to sacrifice and bring back the cat at a not so good moment. Very helpful. I'll attack with the token. Just in case, we draw anger next turn. I want to get some benefit from it. They may not attack with the goblins at all. They may kill the token easily. Could possibly get to 7 lands with another Topiary Stomper or that Thunderherd Migration. Oh, let's get removal for Kiki. Kick Kiki Jiki to the curb. Nah, I feel they have something that deals 2 damage. I don't really want to go to 6. That's going to be too rough, especially with the oven there. Oh, phew. We got it. We got it, folks. Alrighty. Well, we're going to be going anger this turn, guarantee. So we'll go Rhythm, and we'll see what they do. If we can draw out multiple instances of oven and bringing the cat back, I don't think they'll do it. They won't do the full cycle of ovens until the very end of their turn. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hold off. I should have played Rhythm instead. Anger to take out both Kiki Jikis, even though one can tap and start making copies of stuff. Either way, the cat probably would have killed us. Now they'll just make copies of the cat and we're done for. Could have gone anger, but not revealing it also feels pretty good. Give him a false sense of security. We've taken a game from him. This could be good. They feel safe. Ooh, the cats. We got them. I'm gonna do my cycle out of order. Well, hopefully this hand gets in order and we get some more lands. Ooh, hooked up better. Much better. Hopefully Marauding survives. We'll send Regisaur to the bottom. Cross your fingers. I'm going to try for it. Probably still Rhythm of the Wild next turn, depending if we draw a nice Dino. Topiary Stomper might be better to help accelerate it out. you know what? I'm still going to go Rhythm of the Wild. Do a little bit of setup. And cross my fingers, Marauding still lives. I'm taking a risk here, folks. Good. The risk paid off. Alright, block the cat. Oh, no. I can't believe I forgot about the Blood Tithe Harvester. That is sad, but we still get good stuff. Marauding for 2. A 1/1 counter. And Topiary for 2. That's pretty nice. And we get Regisaur Alpha next turn no matter what. And also sitting as a 5/5 is pretty cool. It would survive 2 Marauding Raptor pings if we had 2 out. When we have 2 out. It's nice that Shifting can be saved, Regisaur is saved, a bunch of stuff can be saved. Imagine they'll sacrifice that blood token to take out the token here. Maybe Mayhem Devil trades with, or Mayhem Devil and the Goblin trade with Marauding, or they just have Fatal Push. That's alright. I don't think they want to take 7 from Marauding. Good. I think Rhythm is really paying off here. You can imagine if that was Otepec Huntmaster instead. Huntmaster would have been dead probably a long time ago. So at least have this thing. We got more haste, we got more counters, things are more powerful. If we get enough counters on stuff, that's going to equal technically an extra body's worth of power anyways that Huntmaster may have helped accelerate out. Help survive more pings. I think it's quite fantastic. And it's sitting at $5 at the moment, which was very surprising. I checked the price, and maybe that's because of Commander, I guess. And it's only been printed twice now. The second time, I think, fairly recently in a Commander product. But yeah, $5 for this. Even if it's just mainly in Commander, well, I'm going to be using it. Maximum aggression, otherwise bad things are going to happen with that reflection. And we only lose 1 body. That's pretty good. Of course, reflection is going to make another copy of Mayhem Devil, which could be very rough for our chances here. Just having stuff a little bit tougher may mean that Mayhem Devil can't take the thing out. That feels pretty good. I think tomorrow night I'll just use Rhythm of the Wild as Rhythm of the Dino. That's what I'm going to call tomorrow night's stream. Sounds appropriate. Oh, Karizev's expertise does the trick. That was stupid of them. That made 0 sense. Odd. They could have just attacked. Maybe they figured Topiary Stomper could block. Still might be able to get them, depending what we draw. Of course, this Regisaur going down, kind of rough. Well, it's not a dino. I mean, another rhythm is something. Got to attack. Somebody has to block. Both have to block if they wanted to take it out, which does feel pretty good. Whether or not Marauding survives is another question. Probably with 2 reflections, that's not going to happen. At the moment, 3 things will be sacrificed, so that's just 3 damage. Okay. 4. Plus Mayhem Devil, 7. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They can't attack with them. I think they goofed up. Maybe they want to steal Topiary Stomper with Claim the Firstborn. They don't have 7 lands, so they can't attack with Topiary. Ah, double Mayhem Devil. Okay, well that took them a long time. Yeah, just make a bunch of copies and you don't see Anger of the Gods, well, you lose. You just lose. And going back to taking out Ghalta for a single black, that is not even a hint of a painful thing to do. Having to sacrifice a creature for a deck like that is basically no cost for the most part. Could be a cat they sacrifice to that spell. But 1 black, even though it's sorcery speed, is exile. Oof. Painful. Maybe we see finally mono blue spirits. I still haven't seen mono blue spirits in days, which is very surprising. I'm not complaining, I just think it is quite interesting. Ooh, that is very, very nice. Yeah, going second still, but certainly could be worse. And definitely nice seeing our single copy of Lair of the Hydra there. And Sheltered Thicket to start, as always. Boom. Alright. Boros. Something. Hopefully not a braid to take out Marauding Raptor. I'm afraid of a braid. They could do something. They have the potential for something at the moment. Thrashing Brontodon for 2+ Marauding next turn. Well, it would have been good. Maybe this is Boros Transmogrify. Looks like that might be the case. Boros aggro. I think it could be Transmogrify. That's my bet. Well, I'll try for Marauding. That might help power out a Regisaur Alpha if we draw it next turn. But hasty shifting might be nice if they're completely open. Attacking with that plus the Marauding Raptor, that has already been out. Oh, Angel. What do we got going on here? Boros Angels. That certainly is interesting stuff. And we don't have anything to shut down life gain. Finally, we're seeing life gain once again. That is not common. Not what you would expect. I'm going to take that action. I'm going to be as aggressive as humanly possible. Both things would take out Righteous Valkyrie, so it's not going to block either. Okay. Hopefully they don't have anything else too painful. But again, the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, making copies of Righteous Valkyrie is not going to be good. We need to take it out next turn with Thrashing Brontodon. 100%. There's nothing else that we're going to do. We do get a ping onto Marauding, which is quite nice. Would have been good to go Carnage, but certainly that reflection must go. I'm actually going to take the hit. I want to sacrifice this clue also. Have enough mana to sacrifice it. Pretty decent for 2 green. Well, 3, I guess, in total. We dealt 2 damage to them from the Marauding Raptor ping, and we took out an enchantment. Pretty good. Of course, it's always nice if you can get an attack with Thrashing Brontodon off, get a little bit more benefit from it. That's probably going to do it right there. Angel of Grace. I've never actually seen somebody use that. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. No. That is certainly it. When I get another Righteous Valkyrie, lights out. If you don't have something that stops life gain, man, don't even bother almost. Anger of the Gods, well, there could be some stuff to take out, but the angels already that they played were out of range. Certainly want to keep in Thrashing for that reflection. I'll keep it as is. I think probably the only enchantment that they have would be Reflection, but this deck is it's good on the opponent. No one's running life gain hate. It's basically non-existent in Explorer, so it does make sense to take advantage of people probably not having much, if any, maybe 1 or 2 silver bullets to stop life gain in some decks. At least we do have a pretty good chance. We got Huntmaster and Marauding to start. Maybe they don't have a lot of removal. Perhaps we didn't see it. They sideboarded pretty quickly, though. So perhaps they don't have a lot in there. Probably just a lot of angels, I imagine. Hopefully getting that attack off with Thrashing Brontodon next turn. And hoping that Youthful Valkyrie doesn't get too big. Looks like we should get Regisaur Alpha. Even if Marauding is killed or Huntmaster, we would still get it. Of course, it's always nice when Huntmaster and Marauding are sticking around, and you can get Regisaur and super duper power out that aggression. Now we'll go Sheltered Thicket. That's got to come down at some point. Maybe could have cycled it next turn. Nah. Play the safe route instead. Alright. Youthful Valkyrie is going to block the token, or Inspiring Overseer, no. Youthful Valkyrie will block the token. Yeah. Regisaur Alpha is taking somebody out. Then we still get through the extra 3 with Thrashing. I was thinking of not attacking with the token, but full speed ahead. We don't have anything that stops their life gain, so our best chance is full speed ahead. Eventually. I mean, we do have Lair of the Hydra as a backup creature. 3/3 next turn. Pretty decent. Sarah Paragon. That's not a pretty sight. Carnage Tyrant is, though. Pretty decent. Just attack with everybody. Yeah, that's going to be rough. Well, we take him down for one, but Angels, we're probably still done for. Nope, you can't exile, kill, do anything to Carnage Tyrant. Anything enchantment related is nice with Thrashing. We'll take out Reflection for sure. They have to gain some amount of life. Playing a creature, if they don't play a creature, of course, they'll have to double block with both those things. We'll definitely take out Sarah Paragon. Being able to play a land or a permanent. Yeah, permanent with mana value 3 or less each turn from the graveyard is pretty darn good. Oh, interesting. Perhaps they have removal for Lair of the Hydra. Swinging with a 4/4 is better than Marauding as a 2/3. Okay, let's do it. And hope they don't have something for this. And we're also swinging with Huntmaster too, so you got to keep that in mind. Go wide. Connect with one thing. Yes. Phew. We got him. It's certainly going to be an uphill battle. Well, we'll do our best. Yeah, maximum speed. Would have been nice to see Ghalta there. Certainly would have locked things up. Certainly had enough to play her. And like I've been using before, a couple nights here and there, the Fierce Empath, to search for a creature with mana value 6 or greater, either Carnage Tyrant or Ghalta. Seeing her even more often. I mean, sometimes even with 4 copies, we don't see a single one. Maybe we have to mulligan or send it to the bottom, just because it is the most expensive thing. And we just don't see another copy of the Queen, unfortunately. I mean, hey, that's how it goes. Well, that is much better. You know what? I still feel pretty positive. Yeah, Stomping Ground. Don't want to take 2 damage if I don't have to. Baseju might be nice, maybe taking out Reflection. Lair of the Hydra, of course, nice to see. Never going to send that to the bottom. Yep, that's probably it for us. They got a turn 2 Giada. That's going to lock it up. I was even thinking of bringing in Burning Hands to deal with... rip apart. Well, we still have Topiary. Fortunately, they didn't play another Angel. Just gotta keep ramping. Hopefully getting to 7 lands next turn. Starting to use these Topiary Stompers. At the very least, Thrashing for 3, Ghalta for 2. Hope they don't have removal for the Queen. is up their sleeve? Archangel of Wrath. Oh. Well, that's not good. Nuts. Well, we'll go Thrashing Brontodon. Yeah, no, we're not winning that one. No. Archangel of Wrath, lifelink. Yeah, I was probably over the turn Giada landed just because we're not really using much interaction. Yeah. Sometimes they just draw better than us, unfortunately. Let's see if we can end on a positive note tonight. Oh, playing first. All right. Oh, another hand with no lands. Well. No. Happens to everybody. Okay. See if this is goblins. Makes me suspicious. El Goblin. Maybe they're throwing us off with the name, and they got the Liliana sleeves, so it could be Mono Black Rakdos again. It's not facing it 4 times in a row, but still, 2 in a night could get a little rough. This is a very good hand, though. Send Thrashing to the bottom. Definitely try and be as stably rampy as possible with the turn 1 Thoughtseize, ripping. Hopefully not a Topiary if they're smart. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, and we got that 3rd land, so it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, as long as they don't have another Thoughtseize, we're set. Well, I guess we're losing one. I'll go with the Source of Red just in case. Technically everything else that I will play with the Stomping Ground is a source of green. So pad the sources of red on the off chance we need a bunch of them. Very fringe cases where that shows up. Nuts. Well, yeah, Carnage Tyrant ain't helping us. Yeah. But Seiju, we'll play it, we'll be at 5. Liliana will make us discard Carnage Tyrant, and it's just downhill from there. Rhythm of the Wild, oh yeah. It's Rakdos. Actually, I'm keeping the Domries in. Alright, cut most copies of the Queen. Might be a low chance that we see her, and we gotta make space for the other good stuff. Certainly, Anger of the Gods, very key. Quite key. Just cross our fingers we don't have to mulligan the first hand there. Ugh. That's scary stuff. Once they sideboard, taking them quite some time. They did fantastically, so I don't see them needing to change up a whole lot. Bringing in maybe more cheap removal, but not wanting to cut some stuff, I guess. Or just taking a long time, trying to make us feel bad. Well. Oh, good stuff. Got Thunderherd. Safe. Stable. Eventually. We get to 2, we get to 3 with Thunderherd for Topiary. Topiary, if we're at 3, we get to 4, and hopefully a 5th land somewhere in the mix to get Regisaur. That, a little bit too late, can't get rid of Thunderherd anymore. They'll get rid of Topiary. 100%. Yeah, at the very least they didn't Thoughtseize something else. Might fatal push Marauding. Just get Thrashing down, get a body down, anything. Oh, stumbling in the land department. Well, well, well. Now you get a taste of your own medicine. And they don't even have a source of red yet, which is pretty darn sweet. Like, just go Topiary Stomper again. See if we can get to 7 lands next turn. If we turn on the Topiaries, very, very good stuff. They're still stumbling. I like it. Yes. Oh, that feels good. All right. Hope for the best here. Have no fear. Maybe they're a little bit mad that they were starved in lands, which usually happens at least once a night, especially playing for an hour and a half or 2 hours. All but guaranteed, I would say. At least a couple hands, a couple times. Well, they didn't turn one Thoughtseize, so that is a very positive thing. I like this. I like this. We get Topiary Stomper next turn. I wouldn't imagine they go double Thoughtseize to get rid of both of them. Well, like, okay. Okay, wow. Everything is still safe. I like this. Indeed. Well on our way to Carnage Tyrant, which is pretty nice. We're actually finally seeing him. We haven't seen Carnage Tyrant in a long time. I think tonight actually is a pretty good highlight of, even with 4 copies of Carnage Tyrant, 4 copies of Ghalta for the most part, you still don't see those heavy hitters. Not even nearly enough for me. I think definitely for tomorrow night, at least 1 copy of that Fierce Empath, or something else that searches for a creature, or a big creature, would be good. Hey, if you want to waste it on Topiary Stomper, be my guest. It's got to be Anger of the Gods, unfortunately. We don't take out Reflection. It would be nice to save it, but I don't want to take 7 next turn. No siree. And they would make 2 treasure tokens as well. Yeah, no, that can't happen. Got to give ourselves a slim possibility. Man, Barrier Breach would have been lovely. Still would have got Anger of the Gods there if I had the choice between the two. Could have gone Hasty Shifting. They may not have blocked. Probably not. Could have had a Fatal Push to take Shifting out anyway. So might as well get to 6 with Topiary. Carnage Tyrant, we unlock the possibility of that thing next turn. Bedevil, okay, so Shifting Ceratops would have died. They use Bedevil on a creature that we've already got the benefit. We've gotten that basic land. Even though it's very expensive to pay 3, we got it. Gonna make, well, that's probably it. A bunch of copies of Reflection is going to kill us. It's going to come around to our turn. At the end of our turn, to make the copies of Reflection, all those copies will untap, and it's lights out after that. They can make... Oh, no, that was not right of them. Probably didn't matter anyways, but I will go with Carnage Tyrant. Fortunately, they goofed. Luckily. Maybe not. I mean, they have 2 Reflections untapped and ready to go. Liliana making a sacrifice. Carnage Tyrant will do the trick. I will wait. We might get Anger next turn, which would take out those Reflections. You never know. And that's not Anger, and that is not a win. We took him down once. Alright. Ended there for tonight. Hopefully all you guys watching right now, later on, had a good time. I had a good time. Win or lose. It was fantastic chatting with you. Or if this is afterwards, leave a comment. Any Dino stuff you want to see, or another game you'd like me to play. Maybe you have a suggestion. I'd definitely be up to consider it, at least. Alright. There's always room for improvement. Hopefully you have a good night, a good morning, a good evening, afternoon, whenever it is. Peace.